Hello, RemotePreneurs. Welcome. Just wanted to shoot a quick video on time management, which seems to be a hot topic right now. Don't confuse time management with multitasking. They are not the same thing. And so I'm going to break that down for you a little bit and tell you how you can better manage your time and be more efficient. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is make sure all your calendars are on one platform. So don't use your phone for one business or one, even if it's personal, and then use Google for another. Try to consolidate all of them and use them all on the same interface. So if you use Gmail or something, that's fine. If you use Outlook, that's fine too. But make sure you separate out your personal calendar from your work calendar. If you're doing side gigs, separate those out too. I literally have about 12 different calendars. Not all of them are super busy, some of them are, but what it does is it helps me quickly swap in and out availability and then overlap them in to set my day. The next thing you want to do is I use a service called Calendy. You can look it up. There's a lot of tools out there to do this kind of stuff, but basically I merge my calendar's availability into one, and then I give that link out to people that want to schedule meetings with me. And in that case, all my availability in real time is there, and you cut back on the back and forth on scheduling conflicts. It handles the time zones. It handles how to, if you're traveling and you're in different time zones, holidays, you can put all that in the settings, and that gets you a lot more efficient at taking meetings on your calendar. And you can also set things like, don't book 2 days ahead of me or 3 days ahead of me or 4 hours, whatever you want the parameters to be for yourself. But that also helps if you're trying to multitask with businesses. So you've got a full-time job and you're trying to do a side gig, or you just started a company and you got multiple things in the air and you're transitioning. All plays out even when you're scaling it to 10, 20, 30, $40 million in revenue, still helps from that front. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about on the whole calendar scheduling thing, it's up to you, right? Every evening before I go to bed, I actually review my day the next day, and I start to prioritize some of the meetings. I might move some meetings around. All that's done maybe about 2 or 3 hours before I go to bed. And here's the thing, you watch all these videos out there with all these superstars and all these people showing you all this fancy stuff, and they say, I drink potions and lotions in the morning. None of that crap works. What works is hard work and organization. If you do that, you will be successful. It doesn't matter what you are involved in, how much knowledge you have. I've gotten into industries where I have zero experience. The credit card platform that I launched last year, no experience in fintech, but you know what? I worked hard, I learned it, and it's flourishing. But here's the thing. You got to be organized with your time. So if you organize your calendar into one, you also now have a systemized way to take meetings. You can see everything on one view, and then you review your meetings or your agenda the night before. And you hear this on a million different channels to do that. But here's the key thing that I found. Your meetings will start to overlap. You will run out of time. It's inevitable. So what I then do is I use the Apple Reminders application on the phone, and I actually set out the different areas of the company that I run, different departments, and each of them has its own little list. And by doing so, what I do is I have, let's say, 150 outstanding tasks at any given moment, and that's daunting and overwhelming, and you won't get to a single one. And when you look at it, you're gonna be like, wow, I'm overwhelmed. So what this helps you do is compartmentalize what you're trying to do. And then what I do is I use the flag feature to highlight the ones that are bubbling to the top that I need to pay attention to. So when I look at my calendar, I see my meetings the next day, but then I look at my reminders app on the phone, and I look at what are my priorities of tasks for me to do. And they could be anything from dropping off my laundry for the cleaners to a huge meeting we gotta take with a client. All of this gets piled up onto your day, and when you're working as an entrepreneur, you don't have that infrastructure from a corporate office as an example that filters out these different departments when you're at these kinds of locations. It's basically all on you to manage, and no one's with you 24 hours a day to see what you're doing. So if you structure your calendar, all of it in one view, and then you layer that with the reminders app that you'll look at every evening before you kind of shut it down, that helps you organize your day and stay on top of it. The neat thing about all this is you'll be amazed at how much you can actually handle. You can get up to 150, 200, 250 tasks, but they're all organized for you, and you start taking them like little chunks. And that's what this is all about. When you're working remotely, there's not a light switch that goes on and a big deposit is put into my bank account. It's all of these little things that you do day by day, which I talk another video about how to stay motivated, separate topic. But all of these things is what adds to your time management skills. Now, the other part of this, which I'll do another video on, is how to multitask. It's not the same thing. So don't think that because you're doing multiple things at the same time, you're managing your time correctly. Watching TV, being on Instagram, and sending text messages to a friend is technically considered multitasking, but you're not getting any work done. So hope those tips helped out. Until next time, onwards and upwards.